I'd rather stand on the edge of a cliff and hang my toes over a bit, and then jump when they dare me, even if it scares me and I get hurt. I'd rather build my wings on the way down, do my best not to fall to the ground, and then laugh at my mistakes, 'cause they're only lessons I'll learn. I'd rather burn with desire deep in my soul, and love like a fire that's out of control, and laugh and dance and pull, chance and kiss. I'd rather live my whole life with a sense of abandon, squeeze every drop out no matter what happens, and I wonder what I've missed. I'd rather
Place of Rescue is a center for AIDS patients, and we have about 25 here now. The patients also are free to bring their children. In addition to the mothers and fathers who have AIDS, we have about 55 children now who, most of them are HIV negative, but they're living with their parents still. Essentially, we met an AIDS patient at a hospital, and that really put us face to face with the AIDS crisis here, which was very, very bad. It was even worse a few years ago than it is now. And so the decision was made to build just a few houses. I believe we have room for 20 families now. In the beginning, we didn't have the antiretroviral drugs, and so they came here essentially to die. Well, then, of course, they would leave these wonderful kids for us, and we knew we had to provide for them. So then we started the orphanage. We put the first kids in the first orphan house in 2004, and most of those children were children from the parents who died of AIDS right here on our property, and they're still here, most of them. We don't have any dying anymore. Each house has a family, often just one mom and one kid, or one mom and a couple of kids, but one house has 7 children now with a husband and wife. This is the newest lady we took in. I said, she's here. Nina, hi, today's last 2 days. She's tired. She has She's just started on the antiviral drugs, and her CD4 cell count, which indicates whether you have AIDS or not, is what one of the things they go by. A normal person's is about 1,200. Hers is 2. So she has no immune system left. So we're glad she's here. She's 28. Well,
it's very nice to meet you.
These are like the water filters that we were building in.
Orphanage for children. We started off targeting children whose parents had died of AIDS, but now we have a few other children who are here for various reasons. We don't take them unless at least one of the parents is dead. This was the first block of houses we built, and we put the first kids in this first house in 2004. And they were mostly kids that had lost their parents in the AIDS center. It's a place for destitute elderly women who can come if their children have died. In this culture, if you don't have children to look after you when you're old, then you really are destitute. So if we find them begging for food, living in hovels, we welcome them to come here. And we have about 25 elderly grannies here now and one blind lady.
One of them asked for a doll, and so they gave them all dolls, all the old grannies, because a lot of them probably never had a doll.
She sees that at one point she says, "My eyes are dark, but there's like in my heart."
Oh God, they're the one that I'm asking you to
With the media down all the time she said I want to tell you that before my life was really, really awful, but then now it's very good. Từ vậy, ở đây các bạn ở cái ní con, các bạn ở cái ní tại ở đây snap, con khỏi snap. She came here with her husband and her baby girl, and they both had. Nên là con 9 con là được đọc 10 năm. She's 11. Cái nhưng mà tôi năm gì but I'm taking antibiotics. Cái đó nhưng mình cầm lắm nãy camera nhưng bạn mà mưa dày chẳng because I had strength and so they asked me to come with antibiotics. Bạn mà người and thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much.
5 p.m. She's 87. There's a book that I wrote about my dog Susie and a little girl named Nee. She is probably one of my favorites because she was our first orphan. She came here with her mother, who was an AIDS patient at that time. They were from a very, very, very rough background. They really lived on the street and had difficult childhood up to that point. She was really quite abusive to her daughter, and finally we just said, well, you really can't have your daughter staying here with you anymore. She'll have to go and stay in the other orphanage for a while. When her mother passed away, her daughter was looked after by another AIDS patient until we had the orphanage up and running. And so she's very, very special. She had never had a chance to go to school or anything, and I think she's in grade 8 or 9 this year, and is doing very well in school, and is a beautiful singing voice. She's really lifted. What I love is that they know they're lifted, eh? Some of these kids, they know they've been picked up. They have a really good self-image, and she's one that has that. Before I came, it was very difficult for me. It was, and I had no peace. And I couldn't go to school. I'd like to, in the future, I'd like to be some kind of a medic. I don't know if I can be a full-fledged doctor, but some kind of a medic or a nurse or a children's doctor, but something in the medical field. Another one that's more recent is 5 children, 4 girls and a boy. The father used to beat their mother into unconsciousness regularly. The kids, all they could do is just hold each other and cry. They couldn't do anything. And then one day he came home in the middle of the afternoon with his drinking buddies, and they wanted to eat. And the mom said, well, we didn't know you were coming, so the kids and I ate all the food. So he was mad, and he chased her down with the pestle that you use to pound spices, and hit her on the head, and she went down. At first the kids thought she was just unconscious again, like she always was, but this time he had killed her. And so we read about it in the newspaper, and we decided we would try to get them. Once they heard that we would keep them, all 5 of them, together, they were very happy for us to receive them. The oldest one was 15, so when she first came, she was so traumatized that she couldn't even answer a question. She'd just look at you if you talked to her. But within about 6 months, she had healed so much in her spirit that she gave a very nice account of what had happened to her, told a little bit about why she was here, how happy she was to be here, and she said, I can never repay what's being done for me, but I'm going to try by studying really hard. They come with such heavy things in their background, and they need to be healed, and we really aren't capable of doing that without divine help. The children, visitors, everybody knows that this is Jesus' place. What they have here is from Jesus.
That's what I love about him. That's why I talk about him. Friend, I'd be lost without him. Makes this world make sense to me. He let his life in just so he could be mine. That's what I love about Jesus.
Blaine wrote me when we were like about a year and a half ago and said, "Mom, are you sitting down? Airdrie Alliance wants to give you $100,000. So then we said, okay, we've got our school. So they built it in a hurry between May and September last year, and we started school. This is just the second year.
A cool moment for me to get to hang out here at Place of Rescue, be with me, and do something that's going to kind of leave a legacy here as well. My grandmother had passed away, and she was a real gardener, loved to garden, and Marie thought it would be a pretty neat idea. I agreed to plant a tree on the rooftop when we were there, and that's something that would always be here to remember her by. So that's the story.
So we're here at Place of Rescue, and I get to play for the kids. I think the T-shirts are pretty cool, personally. I don't know. They made an awesome banner for me, and they look like they're kind of excited too. It's going to be a good time. Sponsors so much. They sent these gifts along. All we had to do was carry them and give them out, so we got the fun part. And we're gonna show you the fun that we're gonna have right now as they open these gifts up. Okay, This is Place of Rescue 2. This is Marianne's latest project. And so we're getting a chance to meet some of the kids here, and we're having a lot of fun. It's cool to see this at this level, hey? It's like, then you get a feel for what she's done, you know?
First came here in about a year ago for our first visit, and then we came again at Christmas time. And then when I was home in January, February, I raised some funds, and that's so that we knew that we could go ahead with it. And so they started the buildings 4 months ago.
And how many kids are here?
81. 81 now. We're building for 100.
In just 4 months, they built these 6 houses that are here now. The houses in back behind where we are with the thatched roofs are where the people were living here before. And obviously there was just a great need in the area for a lot of the kids that were here. And Marie saw that there was already people that were helping here and saw an opportunity to be able to help even more. So I can see that, you know, the money's going to great use here. The kids are already starting to come and live in these houses, and their lives are improving dramatically. And it's so exciting to see it kind of from the ground up like this. It makes me think of what it must have been like at the first place of rescue when it first started. It's wonderful.
I can't even describe how I feel inside. I cry a lot just for sheer joy of my life right now. It's just really, I don't deserve what I've got. I really don't deserve what I've got. I don't deserve all the love. I've been praying a lot that we would find those kids that they're not loved, they're being knocked about, their grandpas or aunties or whoever has taken them in because they had no choice, basically, don't love them, can't afford to care for them, and that wherever they are, I mean, they're here somewhere in this country, in the villages, not so much in the city. The kids are pretty much identified. But out in the country, there's still AIDS patients, there's still people dying of AIDS out there, there are still children who are suffering, there are still children who are being used as slaves. It shouldn't be happening either, you know, it just shouldn't be happening. I would love it if, in the end, I could say that I looked after 1,000 children. We have just over 300 now in the 2 orphanages that we have. So, and the rate we've grown since we started just 7 or so years ago, it's not absurd to think that we can reach our target.
It's now or never. Don't hesitate. It ain't true that good things come to those who wait. Before forever takes all our time, we just spend moments till we spend our lives. Get her done, get to it, 'cause there's only one time through it. Yeah, there's only one thing we're all headed for, and it goes 1972 dash, then you leave your legacy in that little space between. Have you forgiven? Oh, did you forget? Is it worth keeping all those regrets? Oh, is there someone who gave it all for you? Don't that make you wanna give it your all too? Oh, get it done, get to it, 'cause there's only one time through it. Yeah, there's only one thing we're all headed for, and it goes 1972 dash, then you leave your legacy in that little space between. You spend your money, you take each breath. Oh, you steal some kisses, you give and give, and then it Get her done, get to it, 'cause there's only one time through it. Yeah, there's only one thing rock. Hey.